Are you doing both backend and frontend development? In this video, I'll show you an alternative which provides a seamless integration between the two, and we'll use only Java. Hi, Marcio from Objectos. I have here the code for the current iteration of our application. I already did some organizing, refactoring. I've also added some comments. So, first thing, let's add a route for our CSS file. Let's say we'll call it styles.css, and the controller will be styles, the styles method. Right, let's write our controller. The name of the class representing the generated CSS is called CSS style sheet. There's a static create method. Let's leave the options empty for now. We'll call our css.stylesheet simply styles, and let's respond with 200 OK, and the response message will be the generated CSS. Right, let's run it. Let's head to localhost 8080 styles.css, and here's the generated CSS. It currently emits the whole thing, meaning that it emits all the variables. It also emits the CSS reset and the CSS utilities, which is currently empty. Let's add a second tab here with our home page, and let's edit the home page so it uses the generated CSS. Right, I have here the class for our home page, and at the head section, let's add a link to our generated CSS, and let's run the application again. Right, let's refresh, and it changed. The styles were reset by the CSS reset. Next, let's write some actual CSS. We're back at our home page, and let's see if we can center a div, or in this case, let's see if we can center a main tag. In the body tag, we will add the CSS attribute, which is a convenience method for rendering the class attribute. Let's make sure the body height extends through the viewport. So let's say the minimum height should be 100% of the dynamic viewport height. Let's make the body a flex container. By default, the flex direction is row. So in the vertical direction, let's center it, and also in the horizontal direction, let's also center it. Right, let's test it. But if we run it like this, nothing will happen. Let's confirm, we'll restart our application, and let's refresh. Nothing happened. So Objectos CSS works by scanning class files. It scans the class files for string literals, but we need to specify which classes we want to scan. So here at the styles controller, at the style sheets options, let's say we want to scan the home class. Let's also bind our node sync here, just so you see the nodes emits while scanning. So let's store a reference to our node sync as an instance variable, and we create it here. Let's run it. Let's refresh, and it's entered. Let's look at the generated CSS. Here are the generated utilities, and in the console, and we see that it scanned our home class. This is of course a development stage, so we're generating the CSS on every request. During production, of course, we generate the CSS only once as part of the build process, and we simply serve it as a static file. And just like in Tailwind CSS, Objectos CSS also offers variants. For example, let's add the background color and the text color. We'll do it at the HTML tag level. Let's say background color, we want it gray 100, and the text color we want gray 900. And say that in dark mode we want the reverse. So background color gray 900, and the text color gray 100. Right, let's test it. Let's refresh. We see the background color changed, and let's emulate dark mode, and it changed. Let's go back to light, and it changed again. dark, light. Cool, right? Let's look at the generated HTML. So the CSS attribute, it's a convenience for the class attribute, and you see that it removes all of the new lines from the text block. The same happening here. Let's look at the generated CSS, and it added a media query for the dark mode. And we can do even better than that. Let's remove this and say that the background color is BG and the text color is FG. In the configuration here, we'll say that the color BG is the color gray 100, and the color FG is color 900. And for the dark mode, we'll add a second theme entry, but with the media query, which is prefers color scheme dark, and we reverse the colors. Let's test it. Let's refresh. Light mode, dark mode, light mode. Let's check again the HTML is using our variables, and let's look at the generate CSS. The utilities are using our variables, and at the theme we can see added the media query with the two colors. You may say this is cool and all, but all modern applications require JavaScript, right? Not sure, because Objectos Way ships with Objectos script. It allows for interactivity, and you don't need to write JavaScript. You write only Java. But that will be the subject of the next video in this series. Before I finish, I want to thank Adam Wadham for creating Tailwind CSS. As mentioned, and as you can see, Objective CSS is heavily inspired by Tailwind CSS, so thank you. And I want to thank you for watching this video to the end. I hope you learned something new and interesting. I hope this sparked your interest in Objectos Way. And that's it. See you in the next video. Bye.